Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. I have a bit of breaking news today. I have already reviewed these pencils, which is the Faber Castell Classic 100s that I got from Aliexpress. People were concerned because the Faber Castells are only coming in the 60 count. In Europe and in the US. So they were concerned that these could possibly be fake pencils. I have purchased the 60 count and I have swatched them and compared them. Now, with that being said, I'm going to let you know what Faber Castell has told me as well. They neither confirmed or denied that this 100 set is an actual set of Faber Castell pencils. What they told me is they sell different things to different markets. So this set of pencils could have been created specifically for the Asian market and is different than the set that is created for the US and European markets. So, I'm still confused on it. They have not told me yay or nay or maybe or anything like that. I'm just going to quickly check and see if I have received anything further from them, and I have not. They asked me what market I purchased them from, and I told them, and I still have not received any sort of information. So I have to go by what my visual and touch and feel for the pencils are. If they're the same, if they're different, that sort of thing. But like I said, I will read you exactly what the fellow from Faber Castell said to me. And he said, thank you for your message. As a global acting company, we have sales and production sites all over the world. To handle your message in the best way, we try to handle it locally to guarantee the best knowledge about the market-specific products. So that I may assist further, please respond with the country in which you are located. Now, the country I'm located in is different than the country that sent me these pencils. So, hopefully, they will be able to let me know if they are meant for the Asian market or if they are a duplicate that is meant for sales and using the Faber Castell name to boost sales. So let's get into the pencils themselves here. So I'm going to start with the jackets. So as you can see, well, maybe not. I'll put them side by side. Up. One's going to be upside down. So as you can see, the jackets are a little different. However, they have the same picture in the background. The pencils are situated differently, and the type of eraser and sharpener that comes in the package is different. Both say Faber Castell, but one is different than the other. Now, to open the package, let's take off this. Well, let's look at the back side of this. So I'm going to put this one up here so that you can see it upside up. On this one, it gives you a swatch chart telling you what colors are available in the package. It also goes into the same information that's on the back of the box. It goes into the warnings, attention, small objects, that sort of thing. These are made in Indonesia. Now, the one thing that a lot of people avoid looking at or don't know to look at is this barcode and this number here. This number tells you the market and the age and that sort of thing, I do believe. I know the barcode tells you where they're manufactured. So this barcode tells me that it was in fact manufactured in Indonesia. And it is a Faber Castell product. Now we have this one. This one here is the European one. This one here is the Asian one. Now it continues that picture on the back. It has art colors, name and space, the CE. It has the same sort of things that are all down the side on this one. See this area written across the bottom. It also has a manufacture date, which the other one does not have. Now this is from 2020, September 2020, and it has the Faber Castell information here at the bottom, the same as it does on the other one next to the barcode. Now this has a weird little stampy thing, QR code, whatever it is, and I clicked on it, like I took my phone and I brought it up, and it takes you to some sales site. Now the barcode and the art number are close to the same. The art number is 115700. The art number on the European market ones is 115894. So I think they're the same company, different manufacturing for different areas. But if that was the case, you would think that this set of 100s would have 60 of the same pencils as the 60 set. Now if we look at the pencils, now of course I have not rearranged these. These are the way that they arrived, and they are higgly-piggly. So the pencils look the same. The difference is this SV, which is the bonding information, and the name tag is almost a cream color. It has more metallics. It has 3 different metallics in it that are not in the 100 set, and it comes with 2 of the Grip 2100s. Like I said, the eraser is much different. This is a really large Faber Castell dust-free eraser, and the sharpener is different. As you can see, I have used the sharpener. It works really well. The trays and the way that the trays are made looks the same. Because this is a 60 set, it doesn't go right across the entire box. The boxes, excuse me, the boxes are exactly the same size. But like I said, the colors go all higgly-piggly just like the other one was. There is no rhyme or reason to the way that they're set up. However, in the window this looks better because you can see the blues, yellows, reds, and pinks all in one area. So that's the 60 set. Now the 100 set, now I have rearranged these. These are in my order, not the Faber Castell order. Let's take a look at the back of the 60 set. And as you can see, it's pretty much the basic information. It tells you the Faber Castell in Stein, Nuremberg, Nuremberg in Germany, fabercastell.com, and then the different little bits of information in different languages on the back. Now this is the China set from Aliexpress. Exact same frontal look, exact same Faber Castell. This one's not as white as the other one. It's a little off, but it's also a little older. It's got this Faber Castell little thing here, which like I said, took me to some sale site. On the back side, it has all the exact same information as the other one. Faber Castell Castle, fabercastell.com, and all of the information about Faber Castell in the different languages. So the tin itself is identical. It's the exact same tin. This one carries, and as you can see, the plastic holders are the same. They're the same design and same make, that sort of thing. They're just made for larger amount of pencils. The eraser is a lot smaller, but it does stay Faber Castell dust free. What does it say down there? Made in Malaysia. You know, and it's all in English. It's not just Asian, so Chinese. Same with the sharpener. It's a very small sharpener, but it does still say Faber Castell on it. So let's get to the pencils themselves. Like I said, I've rearranged this set, so I'm going to show you a swatch area. Now I have had my husband, who has much better eyes than I do, pull out the ones out of the set that he felt were duplicate. Now this one here is not. It's these ones here. Now out of the entire 100 set or 60 set, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pencils that were duplicates. And even some of those are a little bit off. Like this one here is a different shade from this one here. And I did it as hard as I could for as long as I could on all of these sections to see exactly what the tone and pigmentation of each pencil set was. I'm going to switch over to the close-up camera so you can see a little bit better here. And as you can see, of course, white is white. The little dots that I've put on there, I was starting to add where the cores were, and they were just all over the place, so I just stopped. So as you can see, they're fairly close. This one here seems to be a little bit darker than this one here. Same with the orange. The European orange is a little bit lighter than the Chinese orange. The red orange, now I put this in the wrong spot because I pulled the wrong pencil. This is the European orange. This is the Asian orange, and they're pretty much dead on. Same with these reds. They're pretty much exact. The pinks, this one here seems to be a little bit lighter than this one, but otherwise they're pretty much exactly the same. This one is a little bit lighter than this one, but otherwise it's the exact same color. This one here may have a little bit less pigmentation, and then the black is a little bit, well, they're exactly the same. So there's 8 out of 60 that are exactly the same between the two sets. So for further investigation, I decided, okay, let's compare the pencils themselves. Let's compare the, pop this lid off. And just grab some of these pencils that are the same because they're on the top here. So we've got this one. We want 883. And of course there's so much more colors available in this 100 set as well. So we've got 883, we want 807, which is I think right next to it, close to it, this one. Yeah. So we've got white, yellow, orange. The red is 813, which I think is this one here. Nope. Where's the red? 813, which is a darker red. And then 830, which is this pink, I think. Yeah, this one. Okay, so these are from the China set. So that is the set from Aliexpress. So those ones there are from Aliexpress. And I'll zoom you out a little tiny bit in just a moment. I just want to pull these ones out of the European set as well. So we have, well, this one obviously. So the white next to the white, and then we have this one next to this one, nope, next to this one, and then we have orange next to the orange, and then we have a pink, I think it's this one, yep, next to the pink, and then red, this one next to this one. All right, so as you can see, there's a couple of different things that caught my eye right away with the two sets, the difference between the two sets. And I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit more here so that you can see it as well. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know where, oh, there it is. I was wondering where my coffee was. All right. So I'm just going to zoom you out so that you can see a little bit better of what I see on these pencils. Maybe go in a little bit more. There we go. All right. So one of the first things that I noticed between the two pencils is that the wood in the European pencil is a lot more pitted than the Asian pencil. So they've used a different consistency of wood. The color difference in the paint is quite different. Like, for example, the pinks. This is the Asian pink, this is the European pink. This is the European pink, this is the Asian pink. And they're very different. Same with the reds. This is the European red, this is the Asian red. This is the Asian yellow, this is the European yellow. And the oranges have a slight difference, but the European orange has a lot of difference in the wood itself. So that was my first notice right away. Now my second notice right away, like I said, is the name tag on the pencils is different. As you can see, one is very bright yellow, like very creamy yellow. One is very white. Another thing that I noticed is the Asian market one is actually bigger. The pencil itself is bigger than the European market one. So those are some of the things that I have noticed. The wood is bigger. The core looks about the same. So I'll show you. So as you can see, there's more wood on this one than this one, but the cores are pretty close to the same size. I have not had my husband measure them. I was going to and I forgot. But let's take a look at the writing and everything else. I think I'm going to do this on a red pencil because it's a little bit easier to see. Now, other than the fact that the Chinese doesn't have this SV on it, which is the bonding, and the fact that it's a little bit longer, like if I match them up, it is the same writing, it is the same logo. There's very little difference in the writing or the logo. Like I said, this pencil is smaller than this pencil, even in length. Like if you can take a look there, that's, you know, the length of them is a little bit smaller. So if I match them up exactly for their wording, they're the same up here almost. This one here is a little bit shorter because I sharpened it. But down here, it's quite a bit shorter. So, and like I said, this one here is bigger. But the nameplate is different. This is a cream, this is a white. The SV is a bonding technology that they use to bond the core in, and it's not memoed on here, but it is on here. It is memoed on the packaging and on the website. So I'm not sure if that's just because these ones are older than these ones or not. The newer ones, or the ones that they have listed on Aliexpress, there are 100 sets that do have this SV on it. So I think it's just I have an older set that hadn't had that started yet. Yeah, so I'm at a loss. I truly am. So let's color with these a little bit and see if they're the same feel as well as the same pigmentation. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this chart here at the bottom that I did on the other chart. And we're just going to go stroke by stroke. I'm just going to grab a pen here so I know what's what. There it is. So this is, let's do up here EU, and down here is C. So, there we go. So this is from the European market, this is from the Chinese market. And the numbers are different. Like the EU market starts with a 3, and the other market starts with a 8. So that's another difference. So I'm going to do a light, and these are fairly soft, fairly smooth. There's one pass, 2 passes, 3. So I went back and forth twice, and then up on the top we'll do a hard, and I'm pressing really hard, and we'll do this twice. So there's once. Sorry about that. My dog has decided that she heard a noise. There's the second. Okay, so I went back and forth twice on that one. Now I'm going to zoom you in so you can see just a little bit better. Now this one here is the Chinese, which is 813 in the 100 set. And then we're going to do a light. And it pretty much feels the same. There's no scratch. It's quite smooth. There's one. It seems to be layering just fine. There's 2. I think they're pretty much dead on for color wise on the go over. This one seems to be a little bit darker. And then we're going to do heavy. And I'm pressing hard. So there's 1. And then we'll do 1 more. Okay, and there's our hard as well. And they're done exactly the same amount of times. And they're pretty much dead on for the color. And they feel very much the same. There's no scratch, there's no nothing. They sharpen the same, they're bonded, they're not breaking or anything like that. They feel the same. So let's do the orange. Okay, so we have the EU orange, which is 314. And we're going to do light. So there's 1. And there's 2. And then we're going to do the heavy. So there's 1. And there's 2. Okay, so pretty bright, pretty good coloring. Now this one here is the Asian, which is 807. Oh, got carried away with myself. I'm going to erase that. And I could have used their eraser to see if it worked, but alright, let's do that again. So here we are with the light. So there's 1. Now we'll go back and then we'll do it again. And I believe they're pretty dead on. So let's do the top. This one here seems to be a little touch darker than this one, but we'll do the top. There's no skip, there's no scratch. So there's 1. And then we'll do it one more time. And the color is pretty close. Now this little skip here is from my eraser. They're not too dusty either which one, and that sort of thing. So this one here is the European, and it's a darker color on the barrel as well as the pencil. So as you can see, the pencils are a little bit darker, and so are the tips. So this might not be a match, and you can see a lot of weird coloring coming out into the tip, which is a little strange. And that's the European one. So this is the one I got off Amazon. So we will see. This is 309. So there's one. Okay. And then we're going to do the top part here. And then back one more time. And that coloring is way off because that should be more of a yellow. So let's turn that. I do apologize, there's some weird thing going on outside. Alright, there you go, that's a little better. So there's our yellow next to our orange. And that's the Europe one, and this is the China one, which is 883. Now I say Europe and China because that's where these came from. My Faber Castell 60 set came from Amazon EU, even though I ordered them in the United States from Amazon.com. They still shipped from Amazon.eu. Alright. So there's one. And like I said, they feel almost identical. And then we're going to come up here. I don't know why I did that. I just normally do. There's one. And back one more time. And there is our Asian market one. Now I think this one's a little bit brighter than this one, but otherwise they're pretty much dead on. And then our pinks. This is the EU pink, and the coating on the pencil itself, the paint on the pencil, is different than the paint on the other pencil. They also look a little different on the ends. They don't look like they'd be the same color, but they're actually pretty close. The wood on the EU, as you can see up close, is quite pitted and looks like it's a lower quality of wood than the Asian market one. So we're going to do once across. I was trying to get to the bottom there, but I failed. So there's one. There's back one more time, and then back. So there's our light, And I'm trying to do this as evenly as possible between the two pencils to give you a good idea of how close they actually are in color. Okay, and this one here is 830 out of the Asian market one. And as you can see, the wood is so much cleaner. There's a couple of little pits in it, but otherwise it's a lot cleaner than the wood in the European market one. So we're going to go across, and it starts out a lot lighter than the European one. But it's I think a lighter pencil myself. My husband said they were the closest he could see, so. And then once you do it into the dark, it is actually pretty close. So there's one. Let's go back over. So I think the Asian market one for this color is less pigmented because there is so many more pinks in there than in the other market. So I think this is a slightly different color than this one. And then of course we have white. And the whites both start, like both end in 1. There's 301 and 801. And as you can see, the differences in the wood. This one here is European, this one here is the Asian. And there is a huge difference in the wood. Though this could have come from the same tree that all the rest of the pencils did, and this one set of wood was that way. And it doesn't feel pitted. It just feels like just looks like there's something else in the wood instead of straight wood. So this is the European white, and I'm just going to do full on hard color with it. It's white, you're not going to see it a lot. But you can actually see it quite a bit. Now if you go over, let's go over the red. That's your EU white. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the Chinese, which is 801. We're going to lay it down, and then we'll go over the red heavy area and see if we can lay down white on top of it. Okay, and then we're going to go now. The Asian white is not as white as the European white. I can't lay down any color on top of that. Now let's see if it's the tooth of the paper. Nope, because I can lay down the EU white on top of it. It's a bit of the tooth of the paper, but I can lay down the EU white on top of it, but the Asian white is not showing any color unless I really press hard. Interesting. Let's try it on this one. Yes, even on this one I have to press quite hard. Basically all it's doing is scratching that pigment off the page. So those are the interesting things that we have just learned. The European white is a lot more pigmented than the Asian white. And a lot of the colors are basically identical on this set of colors. Like I said, there's only 8. I didn't pull out the green or black or the red orange because those are all in the lower bellies of the grouping. So just pulled out the ones that were up top and close because I'm extremely a cleanophobic, a neat freak, so to speak. So I had pulled all of these out last night and I had gone through them all and did the swatch and compared them. And then I went to bed. Well, before I go to bed, I clean my desk off and I neatly put all the pencils back in their spaces in their boxes, tucked them all together, and tucked them all away properly. Instead of just leaving them higgly-piggly all over my desk so that I could do this video today. So, what I'm finding, and my findings on this are, and until I hear back from Faber Castell, I cannot guarantee this, but my feeling is that they are both Faber Castell products. However, one is made for a European market, an American market, and one is made for an Asian market. The colors are completely different other than 8 pencils. You know, they have metallics in the European market one, and they don't have metallics in the Asian market one beyond gold and silver. So we're going to take a quick look at the colors that come in the 60 set. And as you can see, my husband has put little spots next to the ones that are the same. So there's our white, and then we've got a light yellow and a medium yellow, a dark yellow into an orange yellow, into our oranges and our reds, peach, and then into our purples and our pinks, and then our blues, and then some greens. This is another one that was close to the Chinese one as well. And then into our browns, our grays, blacks, silvery grays, light grays, and this color I'm not quite sure. It's a tanny skin tone color. And then into our browns. So that could be a sand. I think that's what color that is sand. And then we start over again into our greens, and then into our aquatic greens, green blues, and then some more blues, and then some deeper purples, some more reds and pinks and peaches, salmon colors, then our oranges and some more pinks and purples, and then this is a metallic, this is a metallic, this is a metallic, this is a metallic, and this is a metallic. Now the only metallics that the 100 set has are these two that I could find. They may have had them mixed in, but I'm not even seeing the shiny metallic outer shell like I do with the gold and silver. Now in the 100 set, you get a really light sand color, really light yellows, into some more medium yellows, brighter yellows, and then into some orange yellows, into some oranges, into the reds, into your pinks, and then our peaches and our peaches and cream colors, then into our deeper red purples, red violets I guess you'd say, and then into our violets, and then into our blues. And as you can probably tell, there's not a whole lot of colors that are identical to the other set. There's some that are really close, but there isn't a whole lot that are identical. And then into our greens. And like I said, my husband has really good eyes and can see a lot better than I can. I would have picked out a few more, but my eyesight isn't all that great, so I can't determine how close something is until it's like right next to each other. But he was able to pick them out pretty quickly and pretty easily. And then we go into our sandy colors, and I think that this one here is a darker version of this one here. So I think together, if I was to put this entire set in order, color order together, I would have an awesome set. Well, I do have an awesome set because I already bought them. But together they make a very nice complementary set. So the blue greens up here, like these two here, are darker than the blue greens that I have down here. So near here. So together I have a huge set of blue-green colors. Some are a couple of shades off from each other, and some are, a lot off from each other. Until I hear back from Faber Castell, I am going to say, in my own opinion, just by doing the swatches, by doing the colors and feel of each of the pencils together and the look of the pencils and everything else, I'm going to say that they are from the Faber Castell company. However, they're done in different markets. They're manufactured in different places and created for different markets. I don't think these are fake. And until I hear back from the Faber Castell company, who did not deny immediately, who did not say, oh yeah, we don't have 100 classic colors immediately, I am under the firm impression from them that this is something that is available, possibly not for my market, possibly not for the European market, but it is something that is available. If they didn't have 100 color availability, then they would have immediately replied with, that's not possible, we don't have 100 colors in the classic line. Since they did not do that, I am going to assume, and I don't like assuming, I am going to come to the conclusion until I hear further information that both of these sets are authentic and created for different markets. And that's pretty much all I have to say with it. I have combined 160 set of Faber Castell classics because they're not identical, and there's 8 identical pencils, and that's it. If it was 60 identical pencils in the 100 set, I would just send the 60 back. However, because there's only 8 pencils, and even one of them I wouldn't even say it's the same color, but they're different density. One's a little bit lighter than the other, a different pigmentation. So in actuality, I think there's six that are identical, because these two here I don't believe are identical. I think this one here is a little bit darker than this one. Same with this, a little bit darker than this one. But other than that, there's not much difference in them. And that's my opinion, of course. And like I said, until I hear further notice from Faber Castell telling me that this set is not real, I'm going to say that it is, because of the fact that they did not immediately deny that they have 100 classic colors available somewhere. All right, guys, that is my breaking news for now. Of course, I will keep you informed, and as soon as the community tab opens up on my YouTube channel here, it will give me a better availability to keep you up to date with different things that we're following along with, without having to do an entire video on Faber Castell said that they're real. You know, that would, not need an entire video. But in my honest opinion, I would say that they are real, created for a different market, created and manufactured, not created, but manufactured in a different facility. Other than that, I think they are as real as the 60 set. A couple of things that I need to let you know about. I was monetized on Monday. So I need to let you know that due to my monetization, you are going to start seeing a lot more advertisements in my videos. These advertisements do pay me a small amount, a small commission to advertise on my channel. I have no way of determining what advertisements are on the channel. That is up to YouTube. And I don't determine how many advertisements are going to be on my channel. Again, that's up to YouTube. So I do apologize if they start adding a lot of advertisements to my channel. I will see if there's any way that I can curtail that down to a small amount. The advertisements, again, do give me a small monetization so that I can continue providing you with new products and new giveaways and new information and, videos like this one. So I hope you understand, and I hope that, the advertisements don't get too annoying. I will try to make sure that they are kept to a minimum if I have that ability. I don't know if I have that ability at this time. But try to watch some of the advertisements. The longer you watch an advertisement, the more funds are sent to the individual. So the better the view is on the advertisement, the better the payout is. All right, guys. Other than that, I've got a party to plan. We hit 1,000 people over the weekend. So this coming weekend, I think I'm going to, if I'm feeling up to it, I do have my shot. I did have my shot today. So, and today's not so bad yet. It is only an hour or so after my shot, so it's not so bad yet. Hopefully tomorrow's not horrifying, and if it is, I will not be putting out a Friday Fun Stuff video. If I get the same reaction that my husband did, I probably won't get out of bed tomorrow. And hopefully on Saturday morning I will be feeling back to normal and do our Saturday color and chat. And of course on Sunday, if all works out, actually I might just forgo it this Sunday and go with next Sunday. So Sunday, what day would that be? Sunday the 6th of June. I will have I will set up a bit of a celebration for hitting 1,000 subscribers to thank you all very much for subscribing to me and joining me in this wonderful and absolutely oh, I don't even have words. Sorry about that. My dog has just gone nuts for some reason. I do apologize. So I do thank you all very much for joining me in this wonderful adventure and this journey of color. Until next time, of course, remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Until then, bye-bye for now.